Hello everyone, today I'll be making a video about the Xbox showcase and be giving my thoughts and opinions on it. I'm going to jump out the gate right now and just say that it was the best showcase this summer, this year. Far better than the PlayStation showcase, better than the Game Fest. But this is where I take that statement and I do a 180 here and I say, even with that being said, the only reason why it was dramatically better than the PlayStation showcase was because they showed a lot of great first-party games, a lot of first-party games. They also showed some DLC for Flight Simulator and Forza and shit, but they showed a lot of great games. And with that being said, I don't see myself playing a lot of these games, to be honest. But the games did look great. And I do want to point this out too. And this is the reason why I bring up the PlayStation and everything. My list for Xbox for games to talk about is dramatically smaller than the list I have for PlayStation, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But there's completely more games I am looking forward to play on PlayStation, and they're multi-platform, the ones that we've seen. But there's a lot more games that I want to play on PlayStation than Xbox. Like I'm considering about getting Game Pass, but that's as far as that goes for Xbox. I still don't want an Xbox. I still don't think buying an Xbox is needed or necessary. The games I'm going to talk about today, honestly, the games I'm talking about today, not even all of them I want to play. I just have some of them because I want to talk about them because they look great or something. But yeah, I'm going to get right into it. So we're going to start with Avowed. The game definitely did not look as what anyone thought it was going to. It kind of looked like Skyrim. It kind of looked outdated. It didn't really look anything that was promised. Especially with the weapons and how they looked. It kind of looked like a downgraded version of Skyrim. However, I believe it's set to release next year in 2024, so they still have time to work on it. It looks playable, and it looks good enough. It doesn't look like a Redfall or like a shitty looking game, so I'm excited to see what it looks like when it releases next year. And for Fable graphically looked good. It looked pretty good. But why did we get so little gameplay? I don't understand these games. This is the other thing I'm going to be saying. Most of the games here that I'll be talking about, or at least three of them, four of them. They've been getting worked on for 3 to 5 years, and we still have no gameplay or super little gameplay. Fable's one of them. I don't understand. The game looks great. You have one of your most trustworthy game studios making it. Like, show some gameplay. We want to see some gameplay of Fable. We got a little bit, but it wasn't enough game. It wasn't enough to make me be like, oh yeah, I want to play that. Now, this is probably my favorite game that was shown, and this would be a big reason as to why I would get Game Pass. Compulsion Games. I don't know if you guys know them or heard of them, but they did buy them when they got We Happy Few. When We Happy Few came out, they kind of just like abandoned that title, which was really upsetting. I thought they would have took it and fixed it, polished it up, and fixed the bugs, and they kind of just like left it in a really broken state, and it was kind of upsetting because the concept was awesome. It was a great game with great stories, and the fact that they left it broken and almost unplayable, practically almost unplayable. I am really happy to say that the new game looks fucking beautiful. No gameplay, again, no gameplay, but the game looks gorgeous. If what we saw was how the game's gonna look, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I am so excited to play that game, even though we have no gameplay or saw any gameplay of it. it looks gorgeous artistically. Oh my god, it looks beautiful. I'm so excited to play that. That will be, and if the gameplay is not boring, and I don't think it will be because I like the gameplay of We Happy Few, and this is their first game since We Happy Few, so I can only imagine it's going to be similar or better than that. I'm excited to see more when it comes out. Hellblade 2. No gameplay again. Like no gameplay. Another game that was in development for a long time. Still no gameplay. We got a little bit of a walking simulator. Game looked absolutely fucking gorgeous. Graphically, the game looked beautiful. It was absolutely stunning what the game looked like. But I have no interest in playing it. I played the first one. I didn't even beat the first one. Gameplay was boring in the first one, and I'm assuming that's probably why they're not going to show it again, because it's probably the same gameplay. Maybe they have a little bit more abilities or stuff in it, but if they're not showing gameplay, I'm assuming it's probably gonna be the same gameplay, just a different story. But it looked great. It looked really good. And this game, I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong, Kimetsu Gai Path of the Goddess, not a first party game, I believe it's a third party. Absolutely gorgeous. The game looks confusing. It's by Capcom. The game looks really confusing. I don't really know what I was really watching or the story of the game, but it looks like a cool hack and slash, and I'm really excited for that. I want to see more of that. I want to see more gameplay. I want to see I want to see it a little bit more polished. I believe it comes out next year too, but I want to see it more polished. It looks great, but a little bit more, maybe. Ever since Returnal, I loved this hectic, like really hectic stuff. So maybe a little bit more of like cool looking like enemies thrown in maybe into like a fight or something. Clockwork Revolution, which looks a lot like BioShock Infinite, looked fucking great too. We got a little bit of gameplay, but still no gameplay of that. But the game looked good. I'm excited to play that. I'm really excited to see that game too. To see what it looks like, because I think it's going to be a really great game. Especially if they follow like the routes and everything of BioShock. I think the game's going to be great. And I saved the biggest one for last because I do have a lot to talk about, and that is Starfield. Starfield graphically looks great. Looks beautiful. It looks a lot better than what it looked like when we saw a year ago. Gameplay, gunplay, blah blah, looks a lot better than we did a year ago. Also, still looks clunky. Can still need some polishing. It's still and can still get some work done, but it looks good. Concept of it really cool, and this is, I probably should have said this before, I'm not into Starfield. I'm not gonna play Starfield. It's a game that I can sink hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours and probably just keep playing for years to come, like a Fallout or a game like that, or like a Skyrim. But I don't have enough attention. I don't have attention span for that. But it looks good. It looks a lot better than what we were previously shown. Graphically, it looks beautiful. Character models, in my opinion, could still need some polishing up, but the environment, the ships, and everything else looks gorgeous. It does look a lot like No Man's Sky. You could tell that they got a lot of inspiration from No Man's Sky. So the gameplay and saying that what they did hasn't been done before. No Man's Sky has done it, but Bethesda just seems to be wanting to push it to like a completely bigger and dramatic level. So you can spend, years and years into the game, which makes sense. I support that fully. It's just not my type of game. But those are all the games I kind of have written down, and that seems like a little bit of an issue for me because none of they focus on first party, which I thought was great, but I believe they showed 11 of them, and the other 5 or 6 I I'm not interested in them. I don't really care to talk about them. I don't really care to. I didn't really care for them. I wasn't really excited to play any of them. The games that I talked about today were the most. They're all the ones I'm most excited for, or at least interested in, and the most excited I am for a game is for the game from Compulsion, South of Midnight. That's the only game I'm kind of like really excited for. Path of the Goddess comes out on everything. Clockwork Revolution looks great. I just want to talk about the other games because I'm happy that we finally saw something, but it was still no gameplay. Like it, and we were and Xbox fans were promised like everything was in game, but we barely got any gameplay. So we got in-game footage, so the CGI part wasn't a lie, but in-game footage and in-game cutscenes, like, and that's another reason why I'll give it like a solid 7, a solid 8. Gameplay was not there still. Games were there. They completely destroyed PlayStation and everything else. And honestly, I don't see it as a lot of heat for PlayStation to come back and be like, bam, and put their dick on the table. But I do see it as enough heat for PlayStation to be like, okay, next showcase we gotta show our first party. Everybody felt like they were holding back. I did too. I just don't believe that they don't have anything. I do want to say that if they were waiting to see what Xbox had to offer, I kind of think that was a little scummy to, not a little, but I do think it was scummy to completely have this hype so high for the PlayStation fan base for it to be just third-party games. A lot of great third-party games, but it wasn't what PlayStation fans were expecting after 2 to 3, almost 3 years of no showcase. But overall, great showing. I give it a solid 8. I give it a solid 8. The showcase. It was great. I'm not gonna go back to rewatch it. I got what I wanted. But I will be posting. I might be posting updates on Compulsion Games game because I'm really excited for that. I'll probably be doing a little bit more video. I'll probably be doing more videos about Avowed and Fable when more gameplay and more stuff comes out. And yeah, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed the showcase, and let me know what games you like. And that's it. All right, bye.